Hello everyone, I'm welcome to the Hunter Association, your source for all things Hunter x Hunter. My name is Kaige.
And my name is Dylan.
And on this week's episode, we are talking about Hunter x Hunter 1999, episodes 77 and 78. Or 7 and 8 of the first Greed Island OVA. The finale, in fact.
Ending off with Binolt. Let's go.
Yes, the big finale, Binolt. Thank God.
We've been waiting for him.
Then, of course, we'll be going through our community comments. If you would join in on the community and have your comment read, be sure to comment on the YouTube version on the weekly community post. Also, make sure to like and subscribe to help grow our community of Hunter x Hunter fans. Additionally, if you'd like to know when new episodes are live, click the bell to enable notifications. If you're an audio listener, make sure to rate, review, and comment on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Also, be sure to follow us on Twitter at TXHXAPod, as well as Bluesky at THAPod for podcast-related updates and to spit responses to the weekly call-out posts. If you'd like, you can also email us at hunterassociationpod@gmail.com. As always, we provided timestamps in the description if you'd like to skip ahead to any of the aforementioned segments. I apologize for my voice this week, by the way. We had a dust incident at work today, and my sinuses have been not good since then.
You have my condolences. That's tragic. On top of us, this being like a late night recording for us too.
Yeah, there's that too.
So
I'm going through the ringer this week, guys. I'm not sick. I just my sinuses are not normal at this very moment.
Please.
I'm not kidding. The whole building was just a cloud of dust.
Like the entire day.
About half the day.
Ugh, that's rough.
Somebody
fucked up. Yeah. What can you do, I guess? Yeah. So
yeah.
Excuse Caige's weird voice for today.
Yes, I apologize. Okay, news. We have actually a good chunk of news. It'll be one sentence, but it is a lot of progress. 424 all the way to 426 background designation is complete, which is essentially a complete draft of a chapter.
Yeah, they're off to the editors now. That's crazy. 3 chapters in 1 week. He's on grind time right now. It makes you think, right?
Yeah, it does. It does make one think.
We've been very doomery about just like when the new batch will actually drop for Hunter x Hunter, as in we would just want to know when the hell it's dropping already. But with I don't know, something about this week specifically, and Tadashi just grinding out 3 basically first draft chapters ready to go off to the editors, and that's the final step before being actually sent to Jump. I think a 20 chapter batch is incredibly likely now, guys, and that's very exciting.
Yeah, I would have to agree. It seems really, really likely, and I know. Well, you guys should know. I think we're pretty realistic about things like this. But we're both at the point now where I really think it's going to happen. I really do.
Yeah, that's exciting news, not just for everybody, but also for us, for this channel as well, because 20 straight weeks of chapter coverage, we're so back. That's going to be awesome to cover all that, assuming that it does happen, obviously. Anything could change. Anything could happen, rather. Mm-hmm. But... yeah, that Togashi did not go this far beyond a 10-chapter batch in progress last time. So even if, the series were to come back within the next few weeks, that is so many weeks of the editors and, being able to complete those drafts of 421 through 430, right? So I think that this is the best possible progress we could see at this point to indicate a 20-chapter batch. And I'm hoping that is the case, because everybody wins there.
Yeah. It'll be in a very exciting time for the podcast if there's a 20 chapter batch. There's so much fun stuff we could do with that. Mm-hmm.
I'm incredibly excited. And also, this is just very good news for the sake of Togashi's health as well. I know we don't like to speculate too much on that, but I don't think he would be willing to go past a 10 chapter batch, but he wasn't feeling pretty damn good compared to last time at least. So that's incredible, I think.
Yeah, great news all around. Things are looking really bright for Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, so hopefully we have even more progress going into next week. If the trend keeps up, then we may have just as much near chapter completions to talk about. So here's hoping.
Yeah. All right, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about these episodes. All right, everybody, welcome to our discussion on Hunter x Hunter 1999, episodes 77 and 78. So, we start off with episode 77, Bandit Monster Biscuit. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I mean, straight to the point.
Yeah, that's fair enough. 3 words. That's honestly kind of rare. It's usually like 2 words somewhere in the middle there.
Yeah, but no, just 3 very short syllable words. Pretty
Yeah.
good.
So, we open unexpectedly on Crollo.
Yeah, what was that about?
Yeah, so this is, I was actually really confused about this. I was like, is this even real? But I looked in the manga. This does happen, actually. It's pretty much exactly like this. It's a completely dialogueless exchange. But it happens later. Like, pretty significantly later. They just... I assume because they knew that they were wrapping up this OVA run, they just wanted to have something, like, exciting to tease. Mm-hmm. So they just moved this scene here.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I guess I just wanted to immediately follow up on the tease they did last episode, especially with, like...
the phone call.
You know, taking the call from Crollo, so... I'm not, like, against it by any means. It was just, like, very weird, though. I was like, what the hell? Like, I genuinely don't remember this, let alone at this point, you know? We're not at the Hisoka stuff yet, so...
Yeah, I did not remember this. I wonder if it's in 2011.
I don't know. That's what was making me, like, wonder. I was like, did 2011 even, like, show this scene? Because, like, I genuinely don't remember it, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. Regardless, all that happens in this scene is that Hisoka pulls up to Crollo, who is sitting in front of a joy station, and he just kind of like gestures, like I guess like hello. I don't know what he's doing really.
It was completely dialogueless, like you said, so like it's kind
yeah.
of hard to read in the moment. But yeah, he just kind of disappears, and he's in the joy station, I guess is the implication, you know. So it is what it is.
Cool. So yeah, nothing really to talk about there. But hey, we see Crollo.
We do see Crollo.
That's cool. Then into the real episode itself, we start off with Gon and Killua as they're just they're like Naruto jumping from trees for a moment as they're trailed by Bisky, and they're going after bandits. Like they know that that's the task right now, right?
Mm-hmm. Or like they're trying to like avoid the bandits or something like that.
They know bandits are there regardless.
Yeah. They know that they're there, so they're just trying to be like, you know, they're just jumping tree for tree. But the important part of the scene is that they're taking notice that Bisky is keeping up with them surprisingly well. So, you know.
Yeah.
She's a little capable.
She's hoping. They're hoping that they lose her in the bandit conflict. Mm-hmm. But that's not going to happen. No. So the bandits show up and they immediately grovel on the ground. Begging for help.
I forget how much I like this scene and like, you know, what's about to happen with it until like I watch it every single time. It gets a laugh out of me.
It's a really funny scene. So yeah, the gist of it, these bandits bring the 3 of them back to their village and they show them the sick kid who has approximately like 2 days to live. They keep using the word approximately, by the way, which I think is funny. So there's this disease that kills you in approximately a month. It starts with like a fever, mild symptoms, and then just ramps up until it kills you in a month. And then there's a medication that's the only thing that works, but it approximately works for 1 week.
Also, everyone is infected right now, by the way.
Yes, everybody. The whole village is infected, but just this kid is like at death's door. He's about to die.
Yeah.
So they want money for the medication, but they need the very specific amount of 80,000 Jenny, which is exactly how much money they have.
And so the funny part about this is that they immediately pick onto this, like, yeah, this is like game language, but you know, they're like, okay, well, we want information and items, so I guess we'll play along with it.
Yeah.
And I want to point out a specific scene that happens here that I actually like laughed out loud to, like the way they presented it was Bisky trying to chime in and be like, guys, if you want my help, I can throw in some money. And Killa was just like, no, like shut up, like we got this. And she she gets like visibly angry, but the moment Gon actually starts talking to progress it, she like immediately changes back to like her like proper like polite form. And it was like instant. So it was like single frame change. And it was so fucking funny.
I love that. That's amazing. So then they give him the money and they're like, hell yeah, let's go. Thank you so much. We're indebted to you forever. Then the kid starts complaining about being cold. So now they're all distraught again. They're like, oh my god, he's cold. If he's too cold, he's gonna die sooner. He's not gonna make it. If only we had some children's clothing.
And then silence. And then they all start coughing at the same time.
That's so funny. I love how they presented that bit. So eventually they're like, okay, well, I mean, and Killa's trying to act nice about it too. Like, oh, okay, right on. But inside he's like, we're only doing this to get information. So they hand over the clothes and nothing.
They walk out. I forget this is how they end up in their like tank top like outfits for the rest of the arc. What a sly way to do an outfit change, Togashi. Masterfully played.
Yeah.
I
so
love that scene a
they
lot.
got nothing out of that, but yeah, it was extremely funny. Also, the main guy that was talking had like green skin.
Oh yeah, wait, what was that about?
It's like this. It's the same thing that what's his name had in York New.
Yeah. Why am I forgetting his name? I feel so
Oh
bad.
my god. Dude.
Oh wow, we're both like awful.
This is 99's fault for barely doing anything with him. The auction guy.
Yeah, auction guy.
That guy.
Right. That guy.
You know the one. Yep.
Yep.
Him.
That's the one.
That's the one. He had green skin. Anyway. Sorry. I'm not remembering his name.
You can chastise us in the comments, guys. It's okay. We can take it.
It'll probably come to me in like an hour, but people already commented by then, so it doesn't matter.
Oops.
All right. So the boys make their way to the Badlands, which is a area infested with monsters. First thing they encounter are these big ogre guys, which actually look very much like a Yu Yu Hakusho, like demon.
Yeah, kind of, actually.
And they're like, at first they're like, oh my god, what are we even going to do? This is ridiculous. But then they find out, oh, they have a weak point in their eye. So they take them down pretty easily.
I notice this is the trend of a lot of dust clouds being used in action for these next couple episodes.
Just like my job.
Yeah, right? It's very thematic tonight.
Yeah. So they take down, I don't know, 10 of them or something, a lot. And they look at the card and they find out it's, what was the rank? Do you remember?
It was G rank, I think.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Either way, yeah, they hit their eyes and they basically like instantaneously disappear. So
yep.
They were like, wow, okay, these guys kind of looked tough, but they were actually nothing.
Yeah. So this gives them a first glimpse at like the rating system. Then they encounter a big thing. Lizard.
Thing.
I don't know. What would you consider this?
I
guess it's some sort of lizard.
Some lizard snake thing, kind of yellow. It kind of looks like a One Piece like Sea King. But like
it does actually. Yeah. An on-land Sea King.
Yeah. We should note, by the way, up until this point, that Bisky is like very intently observing the boys. Yep. Obviously, like she's like,
yeah,
okay.
And she's pretty impressed at first.
But
so, wow, they dealt with that one pretty quickly.
Yeah. But also still being critiquing, she's like, there's some movements wasted, but like there's something here, Like,
yeah.
Now she's about to get real mad over these next few encounters.
Yes. So,
including
Big Lizard. Yeah, Big Lizard ends in failure. They kind of just let it get away. They outrun it, and they're like, I can't think of anything to do against that thing. That's gotta be rank A, because there's no like visible weakness. There's nothing we can do against it. And then Bisky, she's like, rank A, huh? So she goes and takes matters into her own hands and just deals with it like at the speed of sound. Easiest thing in the world. Gets the card. It's rank E. Oh, he was wrong.
Yeah, assessment was a little bit off. Also, she did this weird like shadow step thing behind the rock as they were like walking by or like running by. That was so fucking weird. That's the only time she has an animation like that. She just moves at the speed of sound there, I guess.
I will say this episode is very strange looking in that like the animation's really kind of like jagged, and also everybody's eyes are huge.
Yes, they're very big eyes in this
massive
episode.
Eyes. Just across the board. And because Bisky already has big eyes, it's like accentuated. It's like half her head is eyes.
Yeah. It's very not I wouldn't off-putting isn't the right word for me, but it's very like something was different about the production of this episode for sure. And it's very
It could have been outsourced.
Maybe.
So anyways, after that, we go to the eye catch and we come back to the troop. And this is another classic Greed Island troop scene where there's really nothing to even talk about.
Wow. We're
just
in the real
Shalnark
world.
explaining stuff. Yeah, wow. We're in the real world, guys. Isn't that crazy? That's pretty much all that happens.
Yeah, I mean, the gist of this is that, okay, well, let's exit the game. Why? So that we can actually beat the game by our own rules and we don't have to abide by the system. Okay.
Yes. So they're planning on coming to this island in the real world, not through the console.
Just troop things.
And, well, we all know how that's going to go, so this is awesome stuff. Really, really important that we did this. Anyway, that's it. So, back to the boys. They're running along and they encounter this little black puffball. It reminds me of a little bit of a Karibo from Yu-Gi-Oh! But
yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Just a little smaller,
So,
black instead of brown.
Yeah. So it starts like bouncing off the walls, crazy style, and Killua and Kone's eyes. it looks whack. I know what they were going for, but it looks really bad.
Yeah.
Their eyes are darting all over the place, but their heads aren't moving at all, which is fine. That does make sense, but it's just the way, like, you can just tell they just like cut out the eyes and just drug them around in like whatever editing program they're using.
It's like if someone were to learn how to use keyframes for the first time in DaVinci.
Yeah. Yeah, actually. It looks rough.
I know what they were going for though, like you said. So like I
Yeah.
understood it, but it could have been a little better, I think.
Could have been. Regardless, they're trying to, catch it or something by following its movements, but they completely fail and it gets away. And Bisky, on looking, is just like, you guys, come on. Like, it was so obvious. If you just kept observing, you'd notice, like, the patterns in the movement.
Yeah.
Yada, yada.
I like the scene more and more as I see it again. Over like this is my like I don't know how many times I've like seen Bisky like going to about to train going and Killua, but like I like approaching my perspective on this from like now like my like kind of like competitive like nature of my life, going through like fighting games and like card games and all that, because it's really like is so relatable in that. Have you ever tried teaching somebody or like teaching someone like play a competitive game or something, and like it's the most obvious shit in the world to you, but like they just like, and there's like they can learn how to do the thing, but they're just not getting it, like something isn't clicking, and you just get frustrated like externally by that. It reminds me so much of that kind of like process. So it's so funny like relating to like Bisky more and more as I kind of see this replay here.
Yeah, that's a great way to view it. It's exactly like that, really. Mm-hmm. So yeah, she's just getting more and more frustrated, and she's just like, man, these kids, Like she literally says in this instance, at least, they have good eyes, but they're just not using them right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, her whole unpolished gem thing, which we'll get more into later. So, anyways, they run off and find their next enemy, which is a horse, the bubble horse, an iconic Greed
I love
Island
this
enemy.
thing so much. It's so stupid.
It's great. Yeah, I love it a lot. It's amazing. Looks so dumb. So he spits out his iconic bubbles, and they're just kind of, observing it at a face level. Just like, oh, the white ones, they explode when we touch them, and the red ones, they're not really doing anything. I guess they just don't blow up at all. Crazy. Wow.
Classic 90s sound effects in use here, by the way.
Oh, yeah. I'll have a lot to say about the sound effects in the next episode. But, yeah, Bisky's looking on and just watching as they completely don't understand this, which, again, as Dylan was just alluding to, this is just completely obvious to her. The red ones, you need to use Zetsu on, or is it backwards?
It's the white ones when they touch aura, they explode. The red ones, if they touch any object that doesn't have aura,
yes.
then they explode. Yeah.
Yeah, so you'd want to use Zetsu for the white ones, and then just have Nen active for the white ones.
Yes.
Or vice versa, whatever I said, So yeah, then I lost my place. Shoot. Yeah. Okay. So that's a failed encounter, and then they encounter the big lizard again. They run from that, and then we have a montage of them just messing up various encounters. There's like a dune sandworm, a thing with an eye. I don't even know what the hell that is really. Just a thing.
Slime thing too.
Yeah, purple slime, some like floating things.
Yeah, they're not doing.
And then, no. So she's getting more and more frustrated, and she has this whole inner monologue about how these guys have so much potential, and it's killing her. Like, these are the unpolished gems, as she often says. Yeah. And while she's doing this monologue, by the way, there's very odd drawings of Killua and Gon displayed on screen.
Who drew these? I really want to know.
It's so odd. It has to be a stylistic choice. They're completely normally drawn, but then their eyes are like smeared. I don't really know what to even describe that as.
I don't either. Yeah, but it's certainly eye catching. I don't know if in the way they intended, but it's something. All right, I don't really know what to say.
It's something. It really is.
But yeah, it's like smeared kind of. It's really weird, really bizarre.
Super bizarre. Anyways, they encounter their next opponent, which is this suit of armor, a walking suit of armor with a sword and shield. And we don't really get to see much of this encounter before Bisky just gets fed up. He's like, I cannot wait any longer. Forget this. She just screams, "Gyo."
Yeah.
That's all.
This is the phase of teaching somebody a game where it's like they messed up so many times. Now it's like, okay, just do this move. Just see how good this move is, Like,
yeah. So the boys are like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Which I love. I really, it's just so real to have a character just forget about something. Like, yeah, you just learned all this in like a week. You're not gonna remember all this shit.
Yeah. It's a very real thing, It's a especially refreshing thing because most other shonen is like once somebody learns like the power system, it's just like inherent.
Never forget it.
Yeah, they never forget it, which is fair, I guess, for how like some series are structured. But like it's so like it's just fun to see like even like our main protagonist here to be like, oh yeah, like the most basic thing of Nen that we learned, like yeah, we just kind of forgot about that. That's fun.
Yeah, it's really cool. So they use Gyo, and they are able to see that, arguably able to see. They're able to see that something is going on, but Bisky then explains to them that the armor is being controlled by something elsewhere. So you have to follow the aura to the source to actually defeat this monster. So they do just that. They find the real body. It's just this little green mouse-ish
Very
thing.
like Pokemon inspired to me.
Definitely very Pokemon-esque, yeah. And they literally just look at it, and it turns into a card. So incredibly weak once you actually find it.
H rank, actually.
H, yeah. So, yeah. That thing's nothing.
But it's even more telling in that they were about to just, like, they didn't know what the hell to do against an H rank monster here, you know? So.
No. Yep. So, then there's a fun scene where Bisky basically just, like, forces them to learn. Like, she just thrusts her teachings upon them without even explaining anything. She's just like, yeah, I mean, she lectures them about why they messed up there. They should have remembered Gyo. Holds up a finger and is like, anytime I put my finger up, you have to call out the number or whatever I'm emitting.
Yep. Slowest one, put 200 push-ups, which she tells Killa what to do because Gon immediately sees it.
Yeah, yeah. It's so funny. And Kilo's just like, what? Why would I do this? What is happening right now?
Which is a very valid reaction, I think, at this point. She was, like, not saying shit this entire time, and now all of a sudden is like, okay, I'm teaching you right now, like, what number is on my finger? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It's so, like, in her head, she already decided that she's going to be their teacher. Mm-hmm. It's so funny. I love it. So that leads her to she says I was a pro hunter long before you guys were even born.
Oh yeah, she did the whole like rock smashing behind her too to kind of intimidate.
Oh, did she do that first?
Yeah. Because
she did.
Like,
yes,
what the hell?
Yes.
Like why? And then she punches the rock, and he's like, "Oh, my bad." Like,
yep.
Which I love.
Yeah.
That's definitely like that probably happened in the manga as well, just like her like smashing the rock, just like intimidation factor. But you know, the visual and like sound effect impact of that kind of adds to the presentation of this scene.
Yep.
Advantages of anime.
So then, yeah, she says, whatever, been a pro hunter for a long ass time. And they're like, what? How old are you? She says, 57. To which Kila says, what? You're an old hag. And then there's a really funny bit of animation that I love. She just has this look on her face. It's like one frame basically, and then like awkwardly from like the corner her fist comes in. It's so funny.
So funny.
I love how it was done. Yeah.
Yeah,
hilarious.
Killua gets team rocketed. This won't be the last time also, so.
No, it will not be. He goes flying a lot less far than in 2011. I don't know how far he goes in the manga, but in 2011 he literally goes like to the moon. So she then explains herself. She introduces herself as Biscuit Kruger, or Bisky, as it is in Japanese, but Bisky, as it is localized as.
She doesn't like formal names.
Yes. Bisky it is. And she's... Oops. Just basically saying she's going to train them.
Yeah, basically
but
like, I will train you.
You will do everything I tell you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There you go.
That's what she says. That's the line I was looking for.
Which there is some protests from Gon and Killua also, because like, well, you know, we already have a teacher. Like, do we really need you? You know, like.
Yeah, and they mention him by name, which is important. They do say Wing out loud, and she's like, "Oh, weakling Wing."
Yeah, I love that so much. It's like,
it's
oh,
so funny.
That guy, you learned from him. I like the little like lines that she had too, where she's like, "Oh, like, you know, if he can't like actually use it, I guess he would be a better instructor, right?" Like,
yeah,
okay, that's a little harsh.
Yeah. So, just the pure confidence in her voice about that, and the fact that like, yeah, there is no doubt she definitely knows who Wing is and taught him. That gets their respect, or their attention at least. They're fully on board with what she's saying now. So I don't think they formally ask here yet, or do they
First there's a little bit of explanation from Bisky on like why she's doing this in the first place, and she references a little like fuzzball monster that they encountered earlier. Where like, look, this thing is a D rank, and you guys like could not figure it out at all. And there are so many like Nen users in this game that if you run into them in your current state, like you are going to die. And visually, this scene is kind of funny to me because you see like the goofiest ass designs like of like just like actually characters that don't exist, and I really wonder like what visual did they have in mind for these like characters, you know?
I don't know. They're all freaks.
They all are freaks. Like what's like the fucking like jack-o'-lantern head guy? Like I really want to know.
I don't know. I'd love to know more about them. These are Glupshitos, not named though.
Yeah, unnamed, unknown Glupshitos. We need more answers here.
Please tell us.
But apparently these guys would be stronger than Gon and Killua in combat at this point, which is fun to imagine, you know. But yeah, so the point is, if they don't get better soon, they are toast.
Exactly, yeah, because depending on their intentions, like she literally says, like, if they're evil, well, you're done for. Mm-hmm. And then cue Binolt watching on.
Oh, baby.
In the distance, getting ready. Getting his scissors ready. He's ready.
With his scissor hands.
Yes. And we end the episode. Not bad.
No, not bad. I mean, there were some very interesting animation quirks in this episode, I think.
Yes.
Not in like the worst way, but it's very like obvious that like something was different about the production, and I can't quite pinpoint what it was, but things just looked different. And I mean, but aside from that though, it was a fine episode. I think I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Yeah, I quite liked it. It was this is one of my favorite parts of Greed Island, this whole section here that we're covering, so I'm just naturally inclined to enjoy it. Yeah. And I thought it was handled pretty well.
Very very dialogue heavy, but like I just love the dynamic of Bisky with the boys in general, so it just makes for a very a very engaged watch, I guess I could say. But also just like the silly little moments happening with like defeating the monsters. It's just good fun. It's just good anime shonen bullshit, you know? So I can't really complain much about what I saw here.
Yeah, and also to note, now that we've actually heard Bisky like talk as her real true self, I think this voice actor is great. I think she does a fantastic job. Very fitting.
No, absolutely. I will say there were like a few moments when I actually like first started hearing her talking proper where like I could have confused her voice for Gon's, just like the way some lines were delivering.
Oh, really?
They were a little similar to me at first. As time went on, though, I got more accustomed to it, and I can easily distinguish the two. But I just thought that was a fun little tidbit from my perspective there. They were a little similar.
That's interesting.
But not bad at all. Not bad. She was very fitting. I thought she did a great job.
All right. Lastly, our final episode of the first Greed Island OVA, episode 78, Training Raw Ore Scissor Hands.
Scissor hands.
Oh boy.
Oh, baby.
So we start immediately just getting into the Binolt stuff. He's stalking from in between rocks, I guess. There's a kind of a neat animation where he like slinks back into the shadows, which I thought was cool looking.
It makes him feel like very intimidating, actually.
It does. Yeah.
He's a threat, you know? It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like 2011 did not do him justice presenting him off the bat with like that.
No. So Bisky tells him to sit down, and she's immediately like, "There's an enemy behind me."
Yeah, like pretend we're chatting, like pretend we're busy here.
Yep, just pretend we're chatting it up. So she says, like, bring up a topic, and Gon's like, "Oh, it's amazing how you're able to get that card, haha." And Kyo like forces out a laugh too. Very obviously fake, but I guess it works. So then they're just like asking, like, how'd you notice? And then she explains bloodlust, which is something obviously we've explored in this series before, primarily with Hisoka, but it's cool to have it explained properly here. Mm-hmm. Where, you know, if somebody is emitting like murderous intent, you will feel it if you're an end user. So the gist of it is basically the plan is to have them naturally break off, and because Bisky will be going alone in one direction, he'll almost certainly follow her.
Yeah, especially because they all look like children, So like.
Yeah, that's the primary thing to know. These are kids visually, so obviously he'll target the alone small girl. Easier target.
Yeah, so she's gonna go one way, they go the other. They reach a checkpoint. They meet right back up
back.
where they. Yeah.
Yep. And Killua, what does Killua say? It's a double.
It's a double pursuit.
A double pursuit. Yep, and then he gets slapped immediately.
I like the. I just love the idea that Bisky just used this as an excuse to just slap Killua just because she.
100%. 100%. I love that. So, yeah. He gets smacked, and Gon, he does not understand what's happening at all. Bless his heart. I love it so much. It's hilarious. But Bisky's like, I can't stand it. I've had enough. I'm out of here. And so Killua plays along, like, fine, whatever. Get on, get out of here. We're done with you too.
It'll be better that way, anyways. Baka.
Yeah, just acting like children. And then Gon finally clicks like after Bisky leaves, like, oh, it was all an act. I love it.
So innocent.
And then as they're walking away, they're just kind of remarking like how impressive Bisky is.
Yeah, like Killua states, especially that, like, the moment she slapped him, like, he didn't even process that it happened until he felt like the pain from it.
Yeah. So cool. And then on the flip side, she is talking in her own mind about how he didn't even notice the bloodlust, yet he still called it a double pursuit. So, just thinking that Killua was kind of, what's the word? Conceited is what she says.
Yes, he's a little just too, like, in his own head, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, something along those lines.
He's unpolished. Let's just say that.
Yes, exactly. That's the way to say it. Bottom line is, though, she says if they were on their own, they would be dead already, more than likely.
Mm-hmm.
So she meets up with Binolt, and he cuts off her hair.
Tragic.
One ponytail down. Yep. And he starts being freak mode.
I forget that this is his actual, like, ability. He eats Bisky's hair and then knows everything about her.
Yeah.
What a freak, dude. That's crazy.
It's definitely, like, this whole character is probably made just so Togashi could have, like, a natural way to explain Bisky's strength.
Yeah, without actually, like, revealing the cards necessarily.
Yeah. So, yeah, Binolt eats her hair and is like, I can learn everything about you through eating your hair. And then he's, like, stops in the middle of his sentence, like, oh, shit.
Yeah, he, like, shits his pants instantly.
Yeah.
Like, oh, no.
Oh, my God. What is this? So he actually, and big respect to my boy Binolt, like, genuinely.
Actually, yeah.
he drops the scissors, drops all weapons, and is like, all right, martial arts. Let's just do it. Let's do a duel. Fuck it.
Yeah. I mean, what was the alternative here if you wanted to fight
nothing. So he stances up. Pretty good stance. I mean, he looks professional. He looks like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, he gets his ass beat.
No, he gets immediately thrown by Bisky, like, super quickly, and he's done. And even Bisky's like, yeah, good choice. If this was a Nen battle, you're dead instantly. Yeah. But she would be, in fact.
Yes. Yeah, and worth noting, by the way, the exact move she did, she threw him over her shoulder and then hit him in the stomach.
Yeah. Really clean animation, too, by the way.
Yeah, it looked good.
It was pretty fluid. I could, like, tell exactly what happened there, and it looked clean.
Yeah. So then that prompts Bisky to ask the boys, so were you able to follow that? And they both say that they were able to follow it from the point where he was upside down in the air. meaning that they couldn't even like visually see her flip him. It was so fast.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Then just some little like they probably call her Biscuit, and she's like, oh, you can just call me Bisky Chama.
Bisky Chama.
Which is fascinating. I don't really know enough about Japanese to know what that means. I guess just a cutesy version of Sama, I assume. I don't think that's like a real suffix, but I'm not sure.
It's a Japanese honorific suffix serving as a cutesy, childish, or affectionate version of Sama, which is used to show high respect.
Hey, wow, that's exactly what I said.
Right on the money. Yeah, that's crazy.
There we go. Look at me, Japanese expert. That's me.
But at which point, when she suggests that, Killua calls her a hag, like old hag would be just as good, and then he gets Team Rocketed again. This time she has like red eyes.
Yeah, like Akuma.
He kind of got Akuma supered there. Think about it.
Raging demon. Then I think Gohan asks like, oh, what are you doing here anyway? And she explains, I'm here for the clear reward of the blue planet. I want my gem. Fair enough.
Keep note that this conversation is happening as Binolt is on the ground.
Yes, he's just knocked out behind them the whole time. So then Gohan explains himself, how he's Jing's father, and he's like, do you know Jing? And she's like, yeah, he's famous. Everybody knows Jing. Can't help you find him, but I do know that Netero says that he's one of the top 5 Nen users in the world. Wow.
Crazy.
Holy moly.
Holy.
Yeah. Big deal. At the time, that was definitely substantial information. But
oh, absolutely, yeah.
Kind of numb to that now.
No, especially since we literally covered like all of this like 2 weeks ago in our.
Yeah, we literally just talked about this.
But at this point, Gohan is like, okay, like, I want to learn from you. Like, do you want to put that on hold so you can teach us Nen?
Yeah, this is where he properly asks, like, will you train us? And I love her attitude about it. She's like, yeah, I mean, I already said I would. Let's do it. I just know I'm not going to be as lenient as Wing was.
Yeah, she's going to put them through the ringer.
Which is funny because she didn't even know Wing was a teacher until a second ago, and she already knows that he was lenient.
Yeah, he must have been like an actual wimp when she told him. Like,
sucked. Yeah.
I don't remember her being this surprised that Wing became a teacher in the first place. But
I don't either. Yeah.
it makes this like whole like dynamic even funnier to me though. Like.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, she doesn't even seem that connected to Wing, but she's just like, oh, I can use that as an excuse to train them now. Let's go.
Yep. So, Binolt gets up, and she immediately offers a proposition to live. Like, if you can avoid these two's attacks for 2 weeks, I'll let you live, basically.
Yep.
You're free to go.
But if you faint or get hit or leave this pit, then I kill you. So.
Yep, you're dead, bro. So it's training for both of them, or I guess a test for Binolt rather, and training for the other two. So they put them in the pit, the iconic pit that is just there.
Yeah, like it's just a very convenient pit to be here.
It's really funny. And she just tells... Oh, by the way, we haven't mentioned yet, in our subs, they call him Vinaruto.
I forgot about that.
Which is really funny.
Vinaruto.
Vinaruto.
But, I mean, it's very clearly, you can hear them say Binolt also. So, like, it's very, like, what the hell? Where'd they get that name from?
I get it, because it's like Binolt. It'd be like Binolto, basically, is how they would say it. So they probably... And B's and V's are the same thing in Japanese, so they were just like, I guess it's a V, and then Naruto. I don't know, whatever. Maybe they were watching Naruto at the time.
Maybe.
But she explains that he's a blacklist hunter, yada yada, and if the boys... Binolt gets killed if he fails, but the boys just get punished if they fail here. So
yeah, but she warns him like he is a blacklist hunter technically. So like you can
watch out.
One mistake and you're done.
Yep. and she won't save them, allegedly.
Allegedly.
I don't buy that, but
No.
so it begins. The first exchange here is not too eventful. They try to approach, but he just kind of effortlessly is able to knock them back and even slices Kilo's cheek.
I like how they presented this part in particular, because as Killua is monologuing to himself, like, damn, like, if he wasn't injured here, like, my eyes are gone. But, like, you could see, like, the blood slowly form more from the cut and, like, start dripping as he's, like, talking to himself.
Yeah, I guess, like, to
cool.
show how deep the cut was. Yeah, that is pretty cool. And then shortly after that is when we do the eye catch, except it isn't really an eye catch. It kind of just like fades, shows like the logo in the bottom corner. We come back and Gila considers using his Hatsu for a moment, but he's like, nah, I haven't tested on humans yet. It's not really ready for combat use. Not going to bother.
Fair enough.
I think it still would have been effective, to be honest, but I mean, whatever. So Killua figures that they should probably conserve their stamina, so they'll like take shifts, basically. So he tells Gon to go rest. I'll just like chuck rocks at him for 6 hours.
Poor guy.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Gon's walking over to go rest, quote unquote, and it's not what happens. But Binolt, in his head, while Gon is walking, is thinking like, okay, if I can just like hold out for like a week, that's probably enough time for me to heal. Like, just stay in this position, chill out for a week. I'm probably gonna heal, and I can get up and kill these kids and get out of here.
And then immediately sees Gon smash a giant boulder in front of him.
Destroys a massive rock and breaks it into smaller but still big rocks. But this is also technically our first use of Jajangken, just a more primitive version of it.
He doesn't. There's no name yet, but he does like the stance and everything, you know. So.
Yeah. So he then, after breaking that rock and breaking it into bigger rocks, by the way, he picks up one of the bigger rocks and just runs, or more like flies at him.
Yeah.
He's in the air.
It's like a meteor
crash
coming
lands in. Yeah, literally. And Binolt's like, what the fuck? Come on.
Looks like you can't use your scissors to cut the rock. Yeah, no shit.
No shit. He's not Zoro. And then Kilo's like, oh, good thinking. I'll do the same thing. And at that point, I'm sure Binolt's just like, bro, come on. Are we serious right now?
Just the absurdity of this like training thing set up. I love it so much. But it's like the perfect thing to be just put into this situation here.
Yeah. So yeah, he's just dodging rocks all over the place, dodging their attacks, and he's just like, I'm not gonna have any time to rest. There's no way I can heal. This is impossible. And Bisky, what is she thinking to herself? Basically just that they're making already incredible progress on day one. Like, they're already taking advantage of his tiredness after the battle. They might be able to... Is this when she says they might be able to do this in 2 days?
Yeah, she's going on and on basically about how, like, yeah, they're adapting incredibly quickly to the situations. Like, they really are, like, you know, unpolished gems, but, like, they're starting to shine through a little bit now, being put into the situation. And she's, like, comparing them to...
Gon is a diamond and Kilo is a sapphire.
Yes, and I think this is where, like, the opening of the OVA starts playing as well, which I thought was a really nice touch.
Yeah, around here.
Yeah,
it really works as a background track, actually. I thought it was nice.
This is where it made me realize, like, wow, I actually do kind of, like, fuck with the opening song a little bit more than I did before. Like, it's pretty good.
It's just the visuals that I don't really fuck with.
Yeah,
But the song, like, hearing it here especially, I was like, actually... That's a good song.
It's pretty catchy. I like it. But yeah, so she's just like amazed by them, and she's like, "Oh my god, like, you know, how far can you go?" Basically, you know, like, she's like squealing at the idea, basically, like, "I'm training them. Let's go."
Yeah, she's really excited. It's really cute.
And then this is around where she's like, "Yeah, like, I think like they're gonna They're gonna do this within like a day.
Yeah. Forget 2 weeks, 2 days. And then, yeah, so they're just going at it. They got him on the ropes. And yeah, the opening is playing in the background, and eventually they are able to pin him on the ground. And it's looking like it's over. Like, this could have been it right here.
Mm-hmm.
But Gon tells Killua to stop. And he explains that, like, we still have plenty of time. Let's go until we can take him on one-on-one. Which is the most Gon thing ever. I love it.
It is, and can you imagine what Binolt is thinking by this point, by the way? I stopped to think about that when he said that. I'm like, oh my god, he's in hell. Like,
yeah, literally. So, yeah, Binolt gets back up after that, and he's like, you missed your chance. It's over now. I got your ass. And then Gon's like, yeah, sure, but how about tomorrow?
He's like, yeah,
you're tired. We're tired. Let's let's just relax.
Yeah, you're kind of weak right now. I think you go get some sleep, man. Like,
yeah, and then there's this badass scene. So they're like sleeping, and Binolt's definitely thinking like, okay, I guess I'll just kill him now. Like, I'm not gonna sleep. Forget that. I'll just go kill him. And then he just like starts to move. And they both wake up and look him dead in the eye. It's so sick. I love that. And then he just sits back and he's like, never mind.
Yeah,
I'll sleep.
No chance, buddy. And even Bisky's like, yeah, no, your Zetsu kind of sucks, man. Like,
yeah.
Impossible.
Yeah, she says it's impossible for you to deceive the 2 antennas that have awakened. That's so cool.
I love that line. Oh my god.
Yeah. That's awesome.
You've fallen victim to natural born potential. That was my favorite line that she said there.
Yeah, it's very cool.
And then we get the random ass Binolt flashback.
Yes, the Binolt flashback, and I really like how it's presented here. Actually, so it's just like he's I don't know. I guess he's probably like starting to drift off, or this is as he's falling asleep, and he just recalls this time where a couple dropped a wallet in like some back street somewhere, and he was very clearly like poor and living on the street, I assume. Mm-hmm. And he tries to give them back the wallet, and they look at him with complete disgust, like he's filth, scum of the earth, like he took the wallet or whatever. Which, bro, how stupid are you to think that he took it? Why would he give it back? What?
It makes you
Dumbest
feel
people ever.
really bad for the guy. Like, that's awful. Oh my god.
It's so unfortunate. Poor guy. I don't know. You didn't really need to become a serial killer because of it, but
yeah, but like, damn, like I'm a little sympathetic, I guess. That's fucked up.
So then we get a little training montage of them, with the opening still playing, by the way. It plays for a long time. It's the full song.
Yeah.
I think it's used really well.
Yeah.
Bisky's keeping... Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, like you said, it works just really well as like background music. It's one of the first times in this entire part of the Greed Island OVA where I'm actively noticing the music.
Yeah, actually. And Bisky's keeping track of the days by placing down rocks by her. So it's, I don't know, probably like 10 days or something by this last scene. Or actually, I think it's 3 for this first scene.
Yeah.
And so yeah, we finish off Binolt's flashback during this scene, during one of their exchanges, where we see him beaten to a pulp on the street. So damn.
Yeah.
Very tough luck. Yeah, he's just monologuing like, I was trying to help. This world's rotten, yada yada. I just wanted to live a normal life, is what it all culminates in. He yells it out as he lunges at Killua.
Is this where we want to talk about the sound effects that are happening, by the way?
Oh, yes, that's probably a good point. Yes, so during this montage, there's a lot of scenes of like people dodging punches and scissors and whatnot. And we have the return of the classic. We talked about this conversation, you might get deja vu, because this is exactly how we talked about the Hisoka and Gon fight. It's that same, just stock, really low quality, like
whoosh,
flash game whoosh sound. Yeah,
whoosh, 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 whoosh.
Over and over. It's it's bad. It does not sound good.
It reminds me of like modern One Piece in a lot of ways, which says more about One Piece's production, I think, than anything else. But like, oh my god, it's
at least the One Piece sound effects are high quality recordings.
Yes.
This is just a low quality. Like, you can hear the grain. It's so old.
It's bad, yeah. And they just that somebody in the production literally like saw all the punches being thrown in the animation. They just hit the button repeatedly over and over again, and that's how they put the sound effects in. Yeah, classic shit right here for sure.
Absolutely classic. So it kind of made me nostalgic in a way.
In a weird way, because like you can like I can recognize that it's like pretty bad sound design, but like something about it is just like, this like feels at home, you know?
Yeah. We're back. So yeah, the training goes on, the music finally fades out, and Gon like lands like a deciding blow, or like almost does, like stops right before his stomach, and Binolt gives up. It's like, I don't stand a chance. I'm done. I'm through. I'm cooked.
Yeah, there's no shot anymore. It's over.
But then Gon thanks Binolt. Like, thank you. We learned so much from you. You're a real nice guy.
I love how they frame the scene though, with like it's like the sun is like shining in the background as he's doing this, and like it's just like that visual. Like even in the face of a fucking serial killer, Gon is like so thankful for being able to learn from somebody like that. Like such an innocent kid, just literally a ray of sunshine, you know.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing. I love it. And then Binolt's like, all right, how about this? I leave the island and I turn myself in immediately. Is that good enough for you? And Bisky's like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, just go, man. You're done.
Get out of here.
Which he presumably does exactly that, you know? So.
Yeah, I have to imagine he does. And then Bisky's immediately like, you do know he's like a mass murderer, right? and Gon's like, yeah, but I mean, we gained so much from him. How could I not thank him? And then that's when Bisky says in her mind, you're flawless. Wow.
But that's what makes you in imminent danger. Which, yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Something we'll never see in this adaptation. But
no, unfortunately not. But, you know, it's very clearly some foreshadowing there with that, which I do appreciate.
Yep. And that's the final line right there, except for one little inner monologue, or inner thought, I guess. Gon recalls what Jing said before they started the game. Just, enjoy the game, have fun. Mm-hmm. And we just fade out. We see the whole island, and we end off. That's the end of the Greed Island OVA. Cool.
Yeah.
I thought that was a great episode, actually. I really enjoyed it.
The only nitpick I have was the fucking whoosh sound effects, but even then, like, it's kind of like, I don't know, maybe it's Stockholm syndrome at this point, but like the sound effects are kind of just like I felt at home, like I said. So
yeah.
But everything else about this episode I thought worked really, really well, visually, animation wise, and just like structural, just like, or like the way it was structured rather. No complaints really. So I thought this was a really great way to end off this part of Greed Island. And the
Binolt stuff worked surprisingly well as a finale, actually.
Yeah, we were memeing on it before, but like it genuinely was like, we concluded this part on like an actual like, moment of growth for the two boys and like them like learning, new applications of like their nen and whatnot, right? And it's gonna take us into this last part, this last section of OVAs, to end off 99. I think that's just a really great stopping point.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I really, really liked this one. A lot of great animation moments too. Honestly, it looked pretty nice. Mm-hmm. Very minimal complaints, just the sound effect thing. But other than that, I thought this was a really good adaptation. Yeah.
Now the main question that I have at this point is how different are things going to look again going into this last section of OVAs? Because I'd have to imagine it's going to be another new director for that set also, right?
Yes, so it is.
It's we'll see, because I think overall, like, I was expecting not great things going into Greed Island here, coming from York New, just by the way like some of our commenters were kind of talking about it and alluding to it. But I think this is a good time to give our overall thoughts on like what we're thinking of the Greed Island OVAs so far, and I'm pleasantly surprised for the most part. There's definitely some like dull and like boring moments in there, just like direction wise, but not as bad as I was expecting going into it. And I think these 2 episodes especially, like I had a really great time with. So I don't know, it's fun.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm having a great time. I'm really not seeing this as like any kind of notable downgrade from 2011 or anything. It's Greed Island. I'm really enjoying it. I don't know. I think it's totally fine.
Yeah, no, absolutely, right there with you. And again, even there is definitely a dip in quality coming from the York New OVAs, but it's not so bad to where like it's not that it's affecting my enjoyment of the series constantly. It's something I'm easily able to kind of adapt to here, which I do appreciate.
Yeah, it got a lot better as we watched these 8 episodes. Yes. It started really rough, but now I think they got pretty used to digital animation at this point. They improved a lot because, these OVAs didn't come out like all at the same time. They dropped over time, so we're probably looking at like, I don't know, these came out over the course of like a year or two. So in that time, I'm sure they worked on other projects that were digital animation, and they really honed their craft, and you can tell the improvement over the course of these 8 episodes.
Yeah, like hell, look at the scene of Bisky flipping over Binolt and hitting him in the back or whatever, like when they did the martial arts school or whatever. Like that alone, you can tell they improved a lot on just like being able to do like digital animation, and like have really fluid scenes from that, compared to that first episode where things did kind of look a little janky at points.
Yeah. I thought it was great. I no complaints. Really, really good last 2 episodes here, and overall, pretty good little show.
Yeah. Now, we have a little bit more to go through before we finish up 99 proper, obviously. So, curious to see, again, what changes will be made there, especially since it'll be, like, probably, we're going to go through several more years, I'm sure, of just, like, how these OVAs were released across, like, DVDs, in Japan. But,
I actually have the dates here. I happen to have it pulled up. So, our next OVA series that we'll be covering is called Greed Island Final. It is a whopping 14 episodes, which is crazy for an OVA. I've literally never seen an OVA that's that many episodes before. But it ran was released from March 3rd, 2004 to August 18th, 2004. So really not that long, all things considered, which is pretty interesting. I wonder like how many episodes were released at a time.
Yeah, that's interesting then, for 14 episodes especially.
Yeah, and that's compared to okay. Actually, so the last OVA was from February 5th, 2003 to April 16th, 2003. So that's not that long either.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so
interesting. Okay, well, ignore kind of some of the points we were talking about there about years of digital animation, I guess.
Yeah.
But
they improved.
There was improvement, and I think that's even more commendable considering it was over the span of like a couple months.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm curious to see if they improved even more in this next one. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, stay tuned for our thoughts on that as we go into this last section of 99.
Yeah. And in the meantime, let's go ahead and see what you guys had to say about these episodes.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get into it now. Okay, now it's time to read what you guys have to say about Hunter x Hunter 1999, episodes 77 and 78. Ending off this first section of Greed Island here. Usual reminder, if you want to get in on the fun discussing any given topic week to week, make sure you keep an eye out for the YouTube community posts, as well as our call-out posts on Twitter and Bluesky. And, of course, if you want to email us your thoughts, whatever you so please, you can do so at hunterassociationpod@gmail.com. So first off, I want to say thank you, guys, for getting in your comments, even with the change in the deadline for community comments this week. Was a little, our brains were just a little scattered this week, due to some schedule adjustments. So we forgot to put that in with the original community post. So thank you guys for just keeping an eye out for that additional update. Really appreciate that. So second off, we're going to be starting off with Milu Kitty's comment from Bluesky as per usual. Hi, how was this week, guys? I'm not sure if I'm on time because I didn't remember you were recording on Friday. Oops. I mean, you got it in on time, so. Yeah, thank you. I will guess I am in time because in the morning it is in the morning here, and there should be very late night, very late. You were on time, correct? Episode 77. My handsome Crollo thinking about Hisoka. Sure is thinking about him. Yeah, true. Rule number 1: encountering a Cyclop, always aim to the eye. That is very true. It's like the spider bosses in Zelda games, you know.
Yep.
The big eyes. Big silly guy. It's funny because my subtitles said rank C, even when the card clearly says E.
Wow, dumbass.
That is
Whoever wrote that is dumb as hell.
that's insane. That's like oh my god, I wouldn't like trust any of the subtitles from that point on.
Yeah, that's crazy. Holy shit.
Bisky is so pissed. It's so funny. Yeah, I mean, I love just seeing her get progressively more mad as the episode goes on.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Chibi Gon and Killua and Sparkly Gon and Killua in Bisky's mind is a funny choice to put back to back.
Yeah.
I guess this scene makes more sense now if I'm like viewing it from like that's what Bisky is visualizing specifically. But
I guess, but the eyes still don't make any sense.
no, but like the sparkliness of it all makes more sense.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. There's a screenshot attached showing that. Yeah, it's put C in
Yep.
in the subtitles there. That's dumb. Oh my god. Bisky girl boss. She sure is our favorite girl boss. And Glupshido moment. It's funny how it seems to be a menace here. Which Glupshido are we talking about? We're talking about like Binolt. Oh, yeah.
Using its pronouns, apparently.
Episode 78. So the plan is basically trusting in sexism and letting the weirdo with the scissors with the little looking girl. Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, it worked.
It worked.
She read his mind.
Yep.
Bisky letting her hair get cut that way. I couldn't be a hunter because I would cry my eyes out if I had that long hair cut that way.
I kept thinking that. Dude, if I was her, I'd be devastated. She probably worked hard to get her hair to look like that.
Yeah, it's like very like
just let it happen.
It's a very intricate hairstyle, and just for that to be ruined like that, it's like wow, it's fucked up. Poor Binolt aimed at the wrong kids. These ones are unhinged. Or Diamond and Sapphire, according to Bisky, I guess. Diamond and Sapphire.
Yep.
Indeed. Yeah, thank you for your comment as per usual, Milu Kitty. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Milu Kitty. Next up, coming in early once again. He's been getting in early. Usually he's the last one, but now he's like the first one every week. Insert name is here. You know the name. Insert it here. Bisky's design is so much less expressive. All right, man.
Starting off strong tonight. I could see like the rage come from Kaige's face immediately.
I'm not mad. It is possible there are some drawings of Bisky looking like this in the manga, but overwhelmingly she's drawn closer to 2011 and for good reason. When you have a rounded, simple design, you can warp the shape of the oval or provide rigidity. Wow, I've never heard that word. That obviously I know what it means, but I've never heard it like that before. Mm-hmm. Rigidity to provide. That's a fun word. I'm going to use that.
Rigidity.
To provide variety in the facial structure. Here, the base is very rigid and defined by very large and very defined eyes that Bisky never really has in the manga. I think that's just this one episode, though, I will say. She doesn't really look like this again.
Yeah, at least not to my memory.
Not to this it's accentuated in this first episode. She has much more rounded, solid black eyes that highlight the expressiveness of facial structures. She has squash and squish to her face. She feels fluid and expressive. Here, it's drawn almost exclusively to her eyes, and given how few people have such pronounced eyes, it feels really odd. Gon and Killua, I think, have similar issue where they have far too rigid faces that prevent them from properly emoting here. They just lack some expressions, and Gon doesn't feel childlike. Bisky's design and Gon and Killua. I don't know why you put that in there, but right on. Yeah, I think you are definitely right, but I think that really only applies to this first episode. Personally, I didn't really notice it after that.
Yeah, that last episode, I can't really say anything stood out to me like that.
Greed Island OVA 7. I don't like the scene of Chrollo and Hisoka. First of all, Chrollo chooses to stay up on the rock and then goes back to the hideout. That feels contrary to the very self-imposed isolation of the ending scene of York New. Second, what the fuck happened to Hisoka's face? Yeah, he did look kind of whack.
He looked a little whack. We didn't really touch on that, but yeah.
Also, I hated the color scheme of his outfit. It looked so ugly.
It was very ugly. I know Hisoka's supposed to be kind of just like flashy in general, but like that, something about that just looked off to me.
Yeah, very. It's a lot. How do the ninja determine who is and isn't in the group? If Bisky has 80,000 Jenny, why is she excluded from the ninja's automatic estimate of their finances for the set price scene? Good question, actually.
Huh. Yeah, wait, that's a really good question. And it's probably explained by Tagashi didn't think about that too much.
Probably. I need to think about this more. It seems like it could potentially explain some things about the game. Maybe Gon and Killua triggered the event, and Bisky. I mean, she was like behind them. Like I wouldn't say she was part of the group. She was trailing them.
Yeah.
So the game must have recognized that that's not like a player in their group.
Yeah,
I don't
know. That's interesting to think about, though, for sure.
Some weird visual stuff this episode, absolutely. Yeah, you're dead on about that. I don't know why Killua's eyes are so long, maybe,
So long,
during the
probably.
ninja scene randomly, and I don't know why they decided to create the zoom-in circle visual for internal thoughts. It's random, intrusive, and unneeded. Why is the dust blue? Good question. I don't know. Less of an issue, but the cards look so lifeless. Why are they beige? They should have a more visually appealing design. You can tell our deadline was shorter because there's a lot of typos in insert names comment this week.
Our bad.
Yes, I'm sorry, insert name. Similarly, they choose. Wow, it's always the same typo too. You're forgetting the Y and they so many times. Similarly, they choose a lot of black colors. Like the palette of the forest lacks a sense of dimensionality to it that establishes that, yes, this is overwhelmingly blue, but that's a result of the shadows. It feels like we are viewing through some filter. However, it's also matte, which makes it entirely incongruent and unappealing, IMO. It just doesn't feel like how light works, and certainly doesn't help that the boys are tinted blue as well. Yeah, there is definitely a theme of a blue tint throughout these OVAs.
Yeah.
It's subtle, but it is there.
It's never like quite in your face, so I've never really had like expressive thoughts about it for the most part, but I've definitely noticed it, and reading comments like this kind of reaffirms what I've been seeing.
Yeah. That said, the interactions with the Cyclops are actually pretty solid. The animation is nothing special, but it's certainly not bad. Comparing it to 2011, I'd argue that the actual motion is superior in that one snippet. However, 2011 has its soundtrack, which does a lot of heavy lifting there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the one thing 2011 will always have over 99 is that soundtrack.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's uncontested, for sure.
Yeah.
Not even close.
And it's obvious that it's obvious that they designed the scene with it in mind. The soundtrack provided a sense of dynamism and stacks as well a sense of speed and momentum.
Yeah.
For sure. One critique a lot of 99 and especially the Greed Island OVAs has is that a lot of time they prioritize staying close to the manga at its own detriment. The scenes with the Greed Island monsters is a great example. It sees it as showing off these cool and zany monsters. It takes breaks and stops for descriptions and analysis of each monster. In a manga, that's fine since that might be a couple pages, but in a show, it takes up a significant runtime. 2011 understood what it had in the soundtrack and focused on making sure every scene flowed the information fluidly but at a robust pace to beat the music. Scenes are compressed and connected to each other in a way that concentrates its audience into the scene. And it's all possible because of the high-paced music. 2011 understands that this is all an extension of the cartoon scene, causing Bisky to boil over at the lack of polish on these two gems. There, the music and flow of the events are focused on creating a sense of overwhelming. Okay.
Sure.
It can afford to shorten a lot of scenes because the focus of each scene isn't learning about each individual monster. It's the overarching idea that these monsters represent obvious challenges that the boys are not rising up to meet. We get to see these monsters as they solve them later. They can't afford to shorten their scenes in exchange for creating a sense of flow that gets the audience to digest their greater idea.
Oh, so what you're getting at is that the OVA is like kind of focusing in too much on like these individual encounters when they could be condensing the information flow on like what the purpose of those scenes are. Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty evident. I mean, I think
that's a valid critique. I think for sure.
The 99 and 2011's Greed Island pacing is definitely very noticeably different. I'm actually going to look and see how many episodes Greed Island had in 2011 because okay, yeah, wow, that's crazy. So Greed Island in 2011 was 17 episodes, and for this it's going to end up being 22.
So 4
22.
more episodes.
Yeah. So yeah, that definitely tracks. They're making sure to show everything, whereas 2011 really streamlined Greed Island, probably because they really wanted to get the Chimera Ant, to be honest. But they sped through a lot and made it a much more fast-paced arc. But this is slowing it down, which, I mean, there's probably positives and negatives to that. We'll probably be able to analyze that more as we continue to watch, or I guess just start Final in particular and see how that turns out. That's interesting.
Huh. The more you know.
Different priorities.
Yeah, for sure.
The OVAs didn't figure that out, and while still establishing the greater idea, something, by the way, sorry to cut off the comment, but something you also got to note is that when 99 was being made, the manga, like, they probably had no idea if they would even be able to finish Greed Island. So they were probably getting every ounce of the manga out of this as possible just so they could, fill episodes and ensure that they're stalling for enough time for Togashi to write the rest of the arc. Because Greed Island was Togashi at, like, his worst in terms of like hiatuses and stuff, like everything at like the end of this arc is whenever everything collapsed. There's that classic page that everybody knows where like the drawings are completely unfinished. It's just complete scribbles. It was a rough time.
Yeah.
So yeah, it makes sense that they'd want to show everything. So establishing the greater idea constantly stops the pace to explain or provide reaction shots that serve to slow the momentum of the story here. Cutting away to the troop and slowing down to the analysis of each monster they will engage later is preventing the cascade of interactions. In a manga, Togashi doesn't have to show the in-between. And in fact, he really doesn't to an extreme degree relative to his peers. This creates a sense of speed even when you see scenes that by all metrics would take time and setting. The OVAs don't convey the speed you feel while reading this section, while 2011 does. Fair.
That's a fair critique.
I love the green and yellow look of the salamander. The way its eyes move is great. Yeah, that did look really good.
I think so too. Yeah. Moving on to part 2 of Insert Name's comment. Taking over now. The way Gon's and Killua's eyes jump around when looking at the bouncy monster is ridiculous. Yeah, literally just like someone learning how to keyframe, like I put it earlier. Bisky's close-up of her face with shine and shadow looks so dumb, it's like she's mocking the camera. She was. Gon and Killua became Brock.
I don't recall.
I believe you, to be honest. But,
I believe
it. I don't recall either. They made my boy Binolt a generic blonde man. No.
Yeah, they did.
Oh well, it is what it is. Greed Island OVA 8. I just realized the file I'm watching the OVAs on lacks the opening.
No.
That's
Devastating.
Damn, that's awful. The angle of Binolt cutting her hair is weird. The angle of Binolt cutting her hair. That's a extremely specific critique.
Yeah.
Everything is so much worse here. His design looks too mundane for the manic, strange-looking character he's supposed to be. He's just a guy with perhaps slightly defined cheeks and, I guess, forehead. Damn. We're roasting his forehead now. Poor guy.
Poor guy.
Giving him a more interesting hair color, playing into his lengthy spider-like limbs and crazy hair was one of the best choices 2011 did. The VA just isn't giving as much as the Binolt VA is in 2011. The VA here is so much more mundane. In 2011, he has an insane manic energy to him. Listening to both say age 57 makes it really clear one is so monotone and the other is incredulous. One scene that I noticed was they don't differentiate his emotions enough. Keeping him the bead of sweat look doesn't sell the conviction in the scene where he got to fight her as a martial artist. Those should be like a hard switch, IMO. Okay.
It still worked the same way for me personally. I mean, the sweat bead is just to show that he is nervous. I mean, he knows he cannot beat her. There's just no way. But he's going to try anyway.
Yeah, like I think it sells the conviction of the scene to me. But I do get where you're coming from, and that 2011's VA definitely kind of like exaggerated his emotions a bit with the performance there. And that I think the extra manicness to that character definitely like adds to the scenes more than anything. So I get where you're coming from and your preference for 2011 for sure. In regards to the VA.
Also, you're coming at this scene critiquing it like a showcase of Binolt, where the scene is definitely intended to show off Bisky. So I mean, I think they did a good job of the intended purpose of the scene.
Yeah,
I am a Binolt fan as well. Don't get me wrong. I understand insert name, but I think it's more important to show the character that isn't going to go away after one episode.
That's true. Yeah, like it's ultimately not like a big deal for me. I think just knowing that like he's literally just here to be Bisky fodder as well as train Gon and Killua.
Yeah.
Binolt is one of my favorite characters. Oh, I forgot about that detail. Yeah, okay. That makes more sense now. He's a mundane specialist. I know some people want him changed to an enhancer, and I am #1 defender of the Binolt Specialist Alliance. Showing that not all specialists are super badasses. He's manic and weird. He has more depth than he honestly has a right to. I mean, even in his introduction, he's a psycho, but immediately shifts to respectful and prideful in the face of a worthy opponent. I love how he has respect for himself as a Nen user, and respecting her and feeling something akin to awe at her. Enough he feels it would be worth risking his life just for the sake of his pride in the face of someone so accomplished. His interaction in the pit with the kids and his backstory are believable yet simple, and he provides one of the most robust windows into Gon's childlike, selfish view of the world, where people's merits are strangely in relation to what you have done for me, not an analytics perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I get where you're coming from there for sure. Binolt serves a very good purpose here at this point in the story. And yeah, it's very like interesting that he is like a specialist. It is a very good showcase that like, you know, just because you're a specialist doesn't mean you're all that necessarily.
Yeah.
The lack of music in the dialogue scenes shows they feel barren. This arc really misses the saturated colors of 2011. The muted colors of 99 just don't work. Also, lots of speed lines. Yeah, speed lines are
true.
constant, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I've kind of just learned to like ignore them at this point, for better or for worse.
A little bit, yeah.
Killua's movements are very rigid versus Binolt. It's not obvious at first, but watching it in comparison to 2011, his movements are basically only 4 poses. Just a 4-trick pony. Unfortunate. Not a big fan of the way John Ken looks through, though the way the rocks break is okay. It actually does have more weight behind it than the same scene does in 2011, though. That is in part because 2011 treats that scene as ordinary to showcase Gon's power, not something to gawk at. Yeah, I thought it looked fine here. It served the purpose, visualizing that. I don't know. I didn't really have a whole lot to say about it, to be honest. The Binolt fight stops at random intervals and doesn't build up a flow like in 2011. Stop, react, and often slowing down on a still shot, and it doesn't show the day's passage. They could have done a better job of it, I think, with like showcasing that like multiple days were passing by as this was happening.
Yeah.
I can agree to that for sure. Yeah, the flow was like a little weird, I suppose, the more I'm thinking on it. Gon and Killua have been transported into Yu-Gi-Oh cards with their CG backgrounds. The warp effect as they rush through Binolt's backstory is bad. Does a bad job of slowly growing sympathy for Binolt.
I disagree with that, actually. I actually really liked the way it was handled, and I liked the 2 moments they chose to show his flashback. It worked for me, personally. I don't know.
It worked for me, too, but, to each their own, I suppose. The music during the Binolt fight ain't great. Honestly, it's not even okay, at least for its purpose. Kinda obtrusive. We're talking about the opening song?
Yeah.
Nah, I can't agree to that. I thought it worked.
Just saying it, Chief.
Yeah. I'm sorry, bro. I maybe it's just because I actually like really like that song now the more I've listened to it, but like I don't know, it's just served a really nice like background track for like they're making progress, they're learning shit, they're kicking ass, like I don't know. Gave a nice like hopeful feel to it, It's cool. We don't get any lingering on the idea that Gon just let go a murderer. Wow. Maybe that's
gotta move on.
Yeah, move on. Just like Gon doesn't give a shit about that. He just wants to go forward.
Yep.
Really like that.
In Surname, we often, I feel like a lot of times we have very similar opinions, but then a lot of times this happens, and this has been happening a lot in the OVA in particular. We have like polar opposite opinions on so many things in the OVAs. It's very interesting.
It's odd to say the least, or it's rather like amusing at this point. I think like how much that's shifted, but
yeah,
it's fun nonetheless. It keeps us on our toes. Yeah.
It does. Yeah, I like to be challenged.
Thank you for writing in though, as per usual, and especially given the deadline change for it.
Yes, thank you, and sorry for doing that to you. I can definitely tell it affected the quality of this comment.
It'll be back to normal next week, trust.
Yes, it will be. All right, moving on to Fillard Millmore, who says, Shueisha is killing me. Why do they hate us? Or they love us.
20 chapter batch incoming, baby.
Yes, let's go.
Hopefully. They're not confirmed, obviously. But...
No. Episode 7. Now I get to see Hisoka. Since my broken sight prevented me from seeing his ass last time. How true. This shot of his shadow looked cool. And also, I believe he switches his outfit later in this arc, which carries the amusing implication that he's bought a change of clothes. Or brought a change of clothes. Yeah, I mean, he is naked again the next time we see him, so...
Could have just worn, like, the same outfit, though, He specifically said, no, I'm going to have a second outfit here.
Yeah, I'll bring a second one. I actually do recognize the OST that plays during the forest sequence. I can't say it's good, but it sticks in my head. None of the music in the show is stuck for me yet, but maybe over time, assuming the soundtrack is the same for the next OVA. I like how Killua objects to Bisky joining them on the premise that she'd hinder/slow them down, but then when she's chasing after them, Killua assures Gon it's okay to ditch her because she's competent and strong enough to fight the bandits on her own. LOL, which is it, Killua? That's so true, actually. Not a lot to say about this sequence, but I've heard the chapter that it's adapting pays heavy homage to Dragon Ball.
Oh.
When I last watched the episode, I compared to the chapters of the manga because I felt it was conspicuous just how long Bisky was trailing them. And I confirmed that this sequence is being stretched out as much as possible compared to the original panels. Fine by me, they had to make 8 episodes, and I think these scenes are cute so they don't bore me. But I could see someone really being able to tell that this was originally supposed to be just a few pages. Dragon Ball, huh? Why Dragon Ball? That's something I'm not understanding. Maybe Dragon Quest?
Yeah, something seems off about this. Dragon Ball. I mean, I would know nothing about that. So like, if Kaige is being stumped on this, though, I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, listen. Dragon Ball is like 50% of my life. I'm not really sure what about. Like, I guess it's sort of reminiscent of like early Dragon Ball, sorta, kinda, I guess. But I think it's more like Dragon Quest. Anyways. Gon keeping Kilo in check, making sure he doesn't even insinuate anything bad about Jing. Unfortunately, Jing's actual life is not showering and playing hooky from the furry council. I guess it kind of is a furry council, huh?
A little bit, yeah. You're not really wrong, I think.
I guess he rode on two dragons that one time. Off topic, but do you think Sato's got to finally meet Jing during the election arc, or do you think seeing him get punched and booed ruined a bit of that hero image? I think the latter.
Yeah.
Considering how much Sato's came to care about Gon, I think he would be on Team Leorio.
I can't see him being like, wow, Jing, you're so cool for that. Yeah, like.
Yeah.
I think Jing's image, like, it's kind of funny to think about it. Jing's overall image in the Hunter world probably got, like, hard shit on from that moment being televised.
Yeah, absolutely. Shalnark back to talk again. I don't hate him.
Well,
thanks for clarifying.
Makes one of us. I don't hate him, but he's...
No, we don't hate him.
Not my favorite, though.
Phaeton loves to bring up that they are bandits. Yeah,
we
does.
are bandits. We
He
carry
loves
the
it.
flame.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
He did it in York New too. We get it, bro. Hardly related, but I learned the other day that in 2023, the Kremlin had to issue an acknowledgement of a teenager gang inspired by the Phantom Troop because they were starting mall brawls in Hisoka spider hoodies.
What the fuck?
Okay, sure. Bunch of them got arrested in Russia and Ukraine. Very stupid. Krollo and his consequences. Yeah.
That's kind of surreal.
That actually is. I had no idea. When the boys are getting hit by bubbles, whoever edited the audio accidentally swapped Gon and Kilo's reaction sounds. Really? So Kilo got hit and made a Gon noise, and Gon got hit and made a Kilo noise. I'll have to look back and check that. When we cut back to Bisky, she's channeling her inner Leorio with that intense stare. Oh yeah, the Leorio stare. She does kind of hit that.
A little bit.
The wing mention is...
That's so
yeah, I'll have to check that out. That's very funny. The wing mention is funny because she's so dismissive of him, even though it seems he holds her in high regard. In chapter 51, Wing refers to Bisky when he says, "Master, I may have awakened an uncontrollable monster." Unfortunately, the master calls him Weakling as a nickname. That's brutal. Yeah, well, tough love.
Weakling Wing, unfortunate.
Weakling Wing. If you're to encounter a murderous player, that'd be bad. Cut immediately to Binolt stalking them. Foreshadowing is a literary device. True. Episode 8. I switched websites, so this is my first time I'm actually able to see the opening. I thought it was cute, and I'm very glad I was finally able to see it, because in my notes from previous viewings of this episode, I was so confused as to why they played an entire pop song in the middle of the episode. Interesting. Kind of wild OST playing during this conversation between Bisky and the boys. I actually liked it. It's funny watching it's funny watching this Jing convo a whole 2 decades later, given we still don't know what Jing's Nen ability is. And the cut to Binolt after their conversation is funny because apparently the three of them have been casually chatting as he's been dry heaving in the corner for 2 minutes. Yeah, we pointed that out too.
Just biding his time, man. It's strategic.
Yeah. Yeah, terrible idea to have the song playing over Binolt's flashback. No, I disagree.
No.
The tonal dissonance is insane. As mentioned before, when I watched this on 2 previous occasions, I did not realize this was the intro song, so I was genuinely perplexed as to why they made the scoring decision. Imagine if Departure played over Gyro's backstory. That's not what's happening here. And also, dude, you do not have to take Binolt's backstory that seriously. And also, it's not like this is not a Departure-esque song. It's more like... how do I even, what's the word?
Like it's not quite melancholic, but
no, it's sweet. It's a sweet song.
Yeah.
It's not like boisterous like Departure is.
Yeah, I feel like it's a really like bad comparison to make there. Like Binolt is nowhere on the level of like what they're setting up Gyro to be. Let's be so for real here for a second.
No, nor is it anywhere near as tragic.
Yeah, so like I don't really get that personally.
No, I don't get that personally.
Moving on to part 2. I feel like Binolt is under discussed. Okay, well, holy shit, we just have like massive Binolt stands in our.
Let's
in our
go.
Yeah. So the obvious utility of the sequence is to help Gon and Killua accelerate their progress. True. It's also to reiterate that the characterization. It's also to reiterate the characterization that was introduced during the game with Netero all the way back in the Hunter exam, that Gon and Killua approach challenges differently, and Gon is always up to make his own objective. Also true. In a bit more of an implicative sense, the backstory foreshadows some of the commentary that is to come in Chimera Ant, while also providing an example of how an otherwise normal or good child can be corrupted by the cruelty of the world. I don't know if I've ever seen someone have and speak the interpretation that Binolt is to foreshadow Chimera Ant themes, but you're not.
I mean, you can view it that way.
Yeah, you absolutely can. I just want to make note of that because this is a first for me, I think.
Yeah.
That's cool though. I can kind of see it to a degree. Beyond that though, I see people interpret Gon's behavior differently. Some focus in on the Zepile idea. Oh, Zepile.
There it is.
Yeah, whoa. Yeah, we remembered all along, guys. Zepile.
Yes.
Some focus in on the Zepile idea about Gon's perception of right and wrong, given Gon thanks Binolt for helping them, despite him being a murderer. This is either a good or a bad thing, depending on your perspective. Some focus in on the scenario itself, either seeing Gon's unwillingness to end the challenge prematurely as a benevolent/merciful benefit to Binolt. Others seeing it as the self-interested guinea pigging of a guy who only decides to reform because he's been brought to the point where he'd rather die than continue. And I think both perspectives are valid. That's the beauty of that scene.
Yeah.
I, personally, see it more through the Zepile perspective. But putting aside the fact that Binolt is a crazed murderer, the gladiator match he's been dropped into is pretty strange. Gon epitomizes his idiosyncrasies when he replies to, he's a serial killer, with, but he taught us stuff, smiley face. That was the intent, surely. But the OVA, needing to end the episode on a triumphant note, makes Gon assume a determined and heroic disposition, when I think it was meant to come off more as a casual Gonism.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that.
That's a fair critique for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
All that aside, I think it's interesting when a moment of characterization doesn't necessarily have a consensus. Binolt thanks Gon and Bisky calls him perfect, but the scene highlights Gon's goodness as much as it highlights his oddities and susceptibility to the world, same as Binolt. Yeah, it's cool. It's really interesting for sure. I think they exaggerated the importance of this concluding scene because it was the end of the OVA. Oh, absolutely. 100%. Yeah. It's pretty obvious that they just had to manufacture the feeling of resolution because they didn't want the end to come off underwhelming. I totally get it, but the way it's just so dramatic does crack me up a bit. First time seeing the ending too, and yeah, that's wild. The favoritism could not be more obvious. Japan couldn't deal with the fact that it'd be like 10 years without Karapika being important to the story. Yet they still couldn't make Phantom Rouge about him. Okay.
Right, yeah, seriously.
Yeah, in case you guys forgot, the ending of the series of OVAs was just entirely Karapika focused.
Yep, 100% Karapika.
Bizarre.
Fascinating.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you, Phil and Millmore, for your comment as per usual. Appreciate it.
Yes, thank you so much. Moving on to Rage's Legend, who says, we open the episode on Crollo in front of the Joy Station, which is a scene from chapter 149 in the manga. We are currently at chapter 135 for comparison. Yeah, that's what I was talking about before. Guess they really wanted to tease him now before this batch is over, as the ED wasn't already enough. Yeah. But hey, I can't blame them. I do, however, think it's a little overkill to reveal and add Hisoka into the scene. We already had a filler scene last episode teasing he would get involved, so why do another one now? Basically spelling it out for us. Oh well, not a big deal at the end of the day. I am surprised they didn't save this for an after-credits scene in the finale, however. Me too. Yeah, it's it's actually the first scene you see, which is very interesting.
That'd work way better as like a little like teaser after the ending or something for that final episode.
Yeah, because the goal would be like, we want people to buy the next DVD, so why wouldn't you end with something exciting? Whatever.
Yeah, really odd now that I'm thinking about it, but whatever, it's not a big deal.
Yeah. Now on to the scene where the boys have to give everything they have voluntarily to the bandits. I always like how we return to the side quest later on. Also, fun fact, this is the last time we see Gon's fishing rod. As far as we know, this is where Gon left it. This is both here and in the manga. Yeah. There it goes.
There it goes. That's so tragic, I think.
It really is. Not like he used it anyway.
No,
since Heaven's
like,
Arena.
Bro, like that was like you brought that with you since the beginning.
Yeah, that
of
was your whole
journey.
thing.
Yeah, what the hell?
Shalnark Yap Fest, let's go. We got another anime original scene with the troupe, primarily featuring our boy Shalnark. Let's go. Almost feel like we get one every episode this arc. Yeah, really, they love Shalnark, dude. I think there have been 4 so far, and that's only the new ones added. Man, I like Shal, but he shall not talk that much. I'm sorry. No need to apologize.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Wow. The monster montage was really charming. Some really fun ideas and cool creature designs brought by Togashi here. Really wish we saw more of this in the arc. I especially like the designs of the fast little fuzzball, the strange eye rock jellyfish, and the Pikachu/Meryl looking creature controlling the knight. Speaking of Pikachu, have you guys ever seen that doujinshi made by Togashi where he drew Pikachu beheading Akira from Virtua Fighter? Crazy stuff. No.
What?
That's fascinating. Pretty gruesome too, especially the panel of Pam Chan's head. Who? Hanging from a tree by her hair. Like Pikachu. And Togashi did not need to go that far.
I have never heard of this. What the hell?
I did not either. What the hell is that?
That's some shit I'm going to have to look up later. What in the world?
Yeah, that is fascinating. I wonder how old he was when he wrote that.
Who knows? Holy. I mean, well, Pokemon had to be a thing, I guess, right? So.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, so like after Yu Yu Hakusho. Interesting.
Bizarre, I think, but okay.
Letting out his frustrations from the end of Yu Yu Hakusho. Now we're at the last episode of this OVA, and we're ending it with Binolt, or Vinoruto, as he is called in my subs. Was kind of thinking it would end with the troupe meeting Razor, as they seem to give a lot of focus and extra scenes to the troupe these 8 episodes, plus teasing Razor would have been hype. Man, you're so right, especially because, like, this ends without resolving anything the troupe had going on, and it just leaves them in a completely dissatisfying spot.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, why not just extend it a little bit and have them meet with Razor? Whatever.
Really weird.
Oh, well, I do wish, however, that if they were ending the season with Binolt, that they would have teased him a few episodes prior. A quick glimpse of him killing/cutting a guy or something. As it is, I do think I would find it very random if this were my first time experiencing Hunter x Hunter going into the finale. as a little encounter in the manga / 2011, it really works, but making this more of a grand spectacle with the opening playing in the background with the expectation that this is the last episode makes this feel a bit weird. Yeah, you work with what you got, though. It's kind of the best they could do.
Yeah, like I try and view these decisions with like it being like an OVA series in mind, especially. So like it just makes more sense to me why they make decisions like this. Although it is valid to feel that it is a little bit like weird and out of place, so for sure.
Yeah. The flashback was also done better in 2011 IMO. Just didn't feel it here. Well, I think it made for quite the emotional scene. No, I don't agree.
I don't know if I ever felt emotional about Binolt's backstory. I'm gonna be so for real.
I don't think that's the intended emotion, to be honest. But right on, if you get that out of it.
I feel a little bad for the guy, but like, I think it's primarily just to show that the world is fucked up. Like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It had just enough time to stand out without dragging at all.
I don't think it dragged here either, though. So like, I don't
know. Not at all. It was really quick. By the way, another fun fact, lots of them today. Did you ever notice that in the 2011 version, that the clothes Binolt is wearing and buildings in that scene is pretty much identical to the ones we see in the Leorio flashback as a child? The Leorio flashback is anime only, but it have made people theorize that Binolt and Leorio grew up in the same town. That or Madhouse just wanted to draw a parallel between the two and make a point how poverty and inequality have shaped the two in very different ways. Anyway, pretty cool detail. Wondering how the series would go if their roles were reversed, because low-key, Binolt's ability would be absolutely amazing as a doctor. Just can't take any bald men as patients.
I mean, he could eat like some like body hair or something.
Yeah.
He's already a freak enough eating regular hair. Might as well take it a step
I don't
further.
think he'd mind.
Yeah.
That is interesting, though. I mean, I see no reason why they couldn't come from the same town.
Yeah. It's a neat little, like, kind of just, like, fan theory, at the very least. Or, like, headcanon.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like that.
Okay, so moving on to our last commenter for the night, I guess, for us, as we're recording. Magitech. Yeah. Oh, crap, I just got the notification. I'll be quick. Well, you made it.
Sorry, Magitech.
Yeah. Sorry again, guys, like, for the switch up there. Should be back to normal next week, though. Episode 77, and once again, as is tradition, we start with the spiders, or in this case, Chrollo, who just made himself with a copy of Greed Island. Nice little foreboding way to introduce Hisoka getting into the island, or Hizoka, as Magitech put it here.
Yeah, Hizoka.
Kind of goes hard.
It does.
We go back to going to Killua, and now Biscuit running through the forest, and Killua planning on ditching her at the first sight of trouble, and lucky for him, trouble just present themselves. I really like the moment the fight. There's a little details like Killua's feet scratching the ground in preparation, and Bisky casually dusting off her dress that add to the scene. The kid will die in 2 or 3 days, 2 or 3 months later. Gon, I think I have an idea to heal them. Thank God, I hate when quests come with time limits.
Yeah.
As always, the scene with the bandits is mostly the same, but just like before, Biscuit's expressions are the real highlight, especially with how abruptly she goes from murder intent back to default. Yeah, it was literally just like a frame, like, changed.
Yeah.
So funny. We get to the big desert. That's going to be our home for most of the arc, and Pokemon battle theme starts. A wild Cyclops appears. Love the implication that because they're random encounters, they just pop in without noise. Yeah, they kind of just like appeared from behind like the boulders, like just out of nowhere. It's funny.
Very gamey.
For sure. Around here is where we start the slow, but not so slow, process of Bisky warming up to Gon and Killua. It's a nice show of her character alongside working as a showcase of her strength and experience, with both measuring Gon and Killua's skill as well as the monsters of the game. Absolutely, yeah. Till there comes a time when she can't help it anymore and starts backseating. And so, Bisky hires herself as their coach and immediately starts bossing them around. In general, I'd say this episode has some great facial expressions, and I really like Bisky's in particular. In spite of her appearance, the animators gave her lots of expressions and mannerisms that do feel older than what she appears to be. I also always love her description of Wing, tussle hair, never remembers to tuck his shirt in, has such a nagging mom energy that is what she points up or that's what she points up, and it's so easy to picture them have that sort of relationship. Man, I wish we got more of them together. Never say never.
Sure, yeah, never know.
Well, the fact that Bisky's on her way to the Dark Continent probably complicates things, but
Also, don't forget there is the last mission.
We hit our quota for mentioning the last mission in the podcast episode. Let's go.
Did you know Leorio emerged from the 20th floor of Heaven's Arena from the sewers?
Did you know? If you didn't, now you know.
Now you do. Episode 78. And we continue right where we left off, with Binolt looming nearby. This sort of confrontation is something Togashi likes doing every now and then by having a group of people of different power levels together to compare and contrast with each other. Here, Gon and Killua have the biggest potential, but that's just to be... that's yet to be realized. Binolt is stronger than them, but he pales in comparison to Biscuit, making a very clear ladder for the viewers. Biscuit lays down the plan for absolutely purely historic reasons, slaps Killua. A small 99 addition is that little internal monologue she has immediately after, and yeah, I must agree with her. Killua is cocky and full of himself. A side effect of the needle in his head, but I digress. Yeah, true. Yeah, I do like that addition if that is not in the manga, because it gives double meaning to the slap. Like, she wanted to actually slap him for real, but also it's a good excuse to split up.
Yeah. it just makes for a very nice comedic bit.
Yeah. This interaction between Binolt and Biscuit has always been fascinating to me. I love how they have her hamming it up on this version. Some don't understand how he managed to cut her air or how Bisky let it happen, but that's the thing. The scene makes it abundantly clear that Biscuit beat him up with no effort. She let it happen because she's buying time. She's already thinking of using him as a learning tool for Gon and Killua, and also Binolt's attitude when he finds out just how powerful Biscuit actually is and asks for a bare hand match, knowing that he's completely outmatched. One of these things that Togashi does to give his random characters more dimension. Yeah. I also kind of saw it as her, like, whenever you go into a fight with Binolt, I'm sure you immediately notice the scissors, and you're like, okay, the scissors probably have something to do with his Nen ability. And because she already had the idea of, like, let's use this guy as a training dummy, she probably wanted to see what his Nen ability was to make sure it wasn't, like, gonna completely demolish Gon and Killua. Mm-hmm. So I like to imagine she let this happen so she could just understand what his ability was before she threw him at Gon and Killua.
Yeah, and I think she's, like, skilled enough also to where, like, she could recognize in an instant if she herself was going to be in any, like, mortal danger also.
Yeah.
So, like, she probably was just like, okay, let's see what happens,
Yeah, I mean, like, if she needed to, she could just revert to her original form and completely destroy this guy instantly. Like,
yeah.
I don't think she has any reason to worry.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's little details added to random characters like that really do just make, Togashi's just a masterclass at just, like, making the most out of nothing,
Yeah, absolutely. I want you kids to inside this hole with a serial killer and survive for 2 weeks. Yeah, I can definitely believe she learned under Netero, all right.
It is very Netero-like. Like,
yeah.
I can see that for sure.
The fight starts slow, but then Gon remembers the wisdom of the old ones. Rock beats scissors. It's amazing how much they try to make this fight, which is mostly uneventful normally, feel like an epic conclusion to this batch, and honestly, it kind of works. You're right there with us, Magitech. I'm glad we got one of you. The animation and detail on this last 2 episodes clearly have more production value with fast-paced movement and more detailed models, but also thematically it's meant to be triumphant. It's the first step of their new training, as well as the first real step into beating Greed Island. The first show of real progress they've made in this arc, and like Gon himself said, they're on a roll. They don't want to stop. Showing something we would see again later with Knuckle. True. Yep. This is very reminiscent of Knuckle, actually.
Absolutely. It's like the exact same structure, basically.
Yeah. The objective isn't to win, it's to become stronger to face the challenges ahead. Also, playing the opening at the fight always elevates it. Magitech, man, were you watching these episodes with us?
My
You're
man.
right there with us.
Someone has sense
Yeah.
for this moment.
Thank you.
No shade to the rest of you guys, but
No.
this is validating.
Magitech gets it. Which, weirdly enough, also kind of works with the Binolt flashback. Wow, look at this. Come on. Let's go, Magitech.
Thank you. Comment of the week.
You get it. Yep. In the end, this fight isn't just about Gon and Kilo's triumph over adversity. It's also about him changing from within, from the kid he was to the man he became. To do one he might be after this fight.
To do one he might be.
To do one he might be.
To one he might be after this fight. I'm assuming the do probably doesn't belong there.
Oh. Okay. I see. Yeah, okay, I get it. I'm on board.
Okay.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. And I know how many may make fun of it about how much can he change, but hey, it worked with Raison. With Raison, didn't it? Razor. I love Raison.
My favorite.
Sometimes you just need one person to truly believe in you to change your life.
Bars.
I love that quote. And with that, this episode and this batch comes to an end. And honestly, it was better than I remembered. Hope you guys liked it, but we're far from over. Yes, we sure are. We have a lot left. Next time on Hunter x Hunter, 12/19 countdown to Macedora. 12/19.
12/19. I have no idea what
Ominous.
I don't remember what that represents at all.
No.
Guess we'll find out next week.
Guess we will.
But yeah, thank you, Magitech, for your comment, and thank you to everybody else who also commented this week. Usual reminder, if you want to get in on the fun with these type of discussions along with these lovely folks, make sure you keep an eye out for the YouTube community posts, as well as the call-out posts on Twitter and Bluesky, and of course you can still email us at hunterassociationpod@gmail.com.
Absolutely. And with that, this has been the Hunter Association. Thank you so much for listening. We are available on all major podcasting platforms as well as YouTube for the video version. Be sure to follow, rate, review, and comment on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You can also follow us on Twitter at TXHXAPod as well as Bluesky at THAPod for updates on the show as an alternative way to responses to the weekly call-up posts. As always, we'll be here at the same time every week talking about Hunter x Hunter. Dylan, where can people find you online?
You can find me online at DJ Tengen. That's DJTENGEN on Twitter and Bluesky. Go give me a follow if you're interested in seeing what I'm up to in my day-to-day life. I just play a lot of One Piece right now, as per usual. I know, shocker.
And you can find me on Bluesky and YouTube at Manga Kaige. Not much going on Bluesky, but I upload on YouTube. Just did a video about dumb nonsense.
Dumb side. It was a very entertaining video, though. It was eye-opening, to say the least. I recommend it.
Trying to highlight a problem that we face.
Finally, I have to talk about the Manga Kaige Awards controversy too. Proper. That was.
Yes.
I remember when you brought that up before you even mentioned that in the video to me personally. That was crazy.
Yeah. It really is something. Yeah.
But if you're interested in what that was, go check it out. Yeah, that was a fun video.
Yeah. All right. Next week we are continuing and also starting the final Greed Island OVA, which is fittingly called Greed Island Final. With episodes 79 and 80, or episodes 1 and 2 of Greed Island Final.
Greed Island
Be
Final.
there or be square. That's all we got for this week. Thank you for listening or watching, and we'll see you guys next week. Take it easy, guys.
Take care, everybody.
Yeah, if you were curious, by the way, Dylan, somebody at work took a leaf blower. So a truck pulled in to unload some shit, cleared out the truck, and then one of our coworkers was just feeling nice. They were like, I'm going to clean out this guy's truck today.
Oh.
So he goes in with a leaf blower, blows out fucking ungodly amounts of dust all throughout our warehouse. It just fills the entire building. It instantly, like you just see, like a whole fucking
like a
dust.
fucking grenade went off.
Yeah. Oh my god, we were so fucking pissed.
What
We
did
had
that
to run
guy?
to. What?
Where did that guy think all the dust would go if he put a leaf?
I don't know. I don't know what he was thinking.
I want to know what that guy is feeling like right now. All that dust fucking exploding in his face.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, I know. We had to send somebody to run to Home Depot to buy dust masks because it was so bad, dude. Our throats and eyes were burning. It was fucking awful.
Fucked up. Oh my god.
So bad, bro.
That's like something you would. I feel like it's something I would see out of like some like ABC sitcom, like just like a part of it, like
Yeah. No, literally. Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh my fucking god. That's hilarious.
That's terrible.